Hello everyone, welcome to Malaysian Student Podcast episode 12. I'm the host of today, Junjie. Welcome our today's podcaster, Rishi,
Hello everyone.
and let's invite our special guest today, Darshini,
Hi.
and Adam.
Hello.
So welcome our special guest today. Today we are going to talk about a very interesting topic, which is the Indian community in Malaysia. So, as everyone knows, Malaysia is a multiracial country comprising mainly three races, which are Malay, Chinese, and Indian. However, when we talk about Malaysia's multiracial society, the Indian community will often be selectively ignored by some of the people. And according to one of the article of International Relations, peoples of Indian origin living in Malaysia find themselves marginalized and excluded from the mainstream of national development in almost every aspect of day-to-day living, which sounds sad. In fact, the Indians in Malaysia are an important constituent unit of the Malaysia social system today. In history, they not only play a very important role in the process of fighting for the independence of Malaysia, but also occupy a very significant role in the modern Malaysia society. For example, in politics, we can see politicians such as Tun Sambutan, Kapazing, and Tun Sami Velu. While in the business field, we can also see businessmen like Ananda and Tony who have made magnificent achievements. But for most Malaysians, especially the younger generation, the Indian community seems to be unfamiliar to them. This has arisen a problem, which is prejudice and discrimination against the Indians. Therefore, this is an episode for us to know Indians' culture better, hoping to break down the stereotypes they are facing. And we are discussing with an open mind, no hard feelings here. So we hope that you won't get offended if you make any mistakes. Yeah, so let's start our today's podcast. So the first question I would like to ask is, as we know, the earliest significant migration of Indians into Malaya was during the colonization of the British Empire in the 19th century. So I would like to ask Rishi and Dashini, when did your ancestors immigrate to Malaya?
I think my ancestors immigrated around 1920s.
1920s.
Yeah,
What?
1920s.
Or it sounds it's before the World War II, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And
when did your ancestors come here for?
yeah, I'm not sure very precisely, right? But one of them came in 1923, if I'm not mistaken. And the other one came here. First, he was in India, and then he had like a jewelry business there. And then for a while, he went to South Africa to expand his business or something. But then it didn't work out well, right? And then he worked at the British railway station for a while. And then he didn't like it there, so he again went back to India to continue his business. But by the time he went there, by the time he went to Africa, he said he left over his business to his relative to take care. But by the time he came back, the relative kind of took over the business and made them theirs, and they kind of chased him away. So he got pretty angry and then came back to Malaysia.
Wow, this quite inspiring story from Dashni. Yeah, it's like developing a business in overseas.
Very sad though, because the relative like cheated, right?
Yeah, but it's good that when we develop our business, and we have to trust people that is reliable, right? Wow, good story from Dashni. And how about Rishi?
I should have gone first. My story is much shorter.
Yeah, so
Now, after hearing her story, it will sound mildly impressive. Okay, so for my ancestors, my father's side, my mother's side, not sure about my mother's side, but my father's side, they were more into agriculture in the beginning. So my great grandfather, I'm not sure about the date, not sure about the year precisely, but my great grandfather, he came to Malaysia as just for a visit, just to see how it's in Malaysia. Then when he came to Malaysia, then he after he liked the atmosphere in Malaysia, he settled down here. And then my grandfather was born in Malaysia, the first Malaysian generation lah, for our for our lineage. Then after that, they grew up here and they kind of they were one of the first Malaysians in our lineage. And after that, he went back to India to see how is it in India. He even said that he wanted to go to India forever and just stay there. And then if that happened, I would not have met any one of you and I would stay in India. But after going to India and coming back, he not condemning India, but he said he liked it in Malaysia better. He liked to be in Malaysia because of all the opportunities and actually to see the truth, job opportunities in Malaysia during that time was very high.
True.
So correct. So after that, he just sat down here, lah. And then after that, all of my ancestors stayed in Malaysia. My grandfather, my father, and now me. That's why I said
Yeah,
I went first. Mildly
I see.
impressive.
I think your story is a bit similar to mine because my ancestors they came from Guangdong in China, and because that time got the war and the economy is not good, the people they are living in poverty. So my ancestors they decided to explore the overseas business and also involve themselves in agriculture at the first, and after that they my father's side ancestors they he went to Malaysia and he explored new things in agriculture. And now, even though it was hard during that time because a person come from overseas and then you need to explore new things here. I think we can't feel the hardness of our ancestors during that time. But finally, they successfully settled here, and now our life is getting better because of them, because of their hard work. So we need to appreciate all of them lah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Malaysia is good.
Yes, similar with me also. Uh, I personally wonder how many languages or dialects do Indian community have? Yes.
So, Darshini, can you explain about the languages system in the Indian community in Malaysia?
In Malaysia, I so far I've only heard that there are four language people.
Yeah.
So mainly it's Tamil like me, and then there are Malayalam people, and then Telugu and Punjabi. So far, I mean, in India it's a lot, but in Malaysia I've only so far seen these four language people.
Oh,
How
I see.
how how about sync?
Sikh is same with Punjabi.
Oh,
Sikh is actually a religion. Punjabi is like um the culture.
All the culture, them.
The
Yeah,
language
like
spoken by them. Yeah, true. They speak Gujarati.
Punjabi speak Punjabi, right?
Wait, am I getting the facts wrong? I'm so sorry to Sikh friends. I'm very sorry.
Very sure Punjabi people speak Punjabi and Sikh is their religion like Hindu.
Oh, so is Sikh also uh one of the ethnics to form the Indian community?
Yeah, actually.
Yes.
There are a lot of Punjabi people in India, right?
what different with Tamil people then? Do they celebrate like Deepavali together or what?
Yeah, they celebrate Deepavali actually. I'm not too sure, but usually most people celebrate Deepavali. Though it's, to be precise, it's actually a Hindu celebration. But still there are like specific Tamil celebrations like Thaipusam and Pongal. Punjabi people, like, they have their own festivals. Like Malayalam, they celebrate Onam. Every language does every celebration.
Oh, I see. But I'm wondering, do you learn the Hindi now?
I only know Tamil, to be honest. I only know a few words from others, but I really don't know other languages.
Oh yeah, yeah, I see, I see. Because compared to Chinese community, one we have a standard one, because a lot of ethnics we have to standardize the language. So for now, the new generation seldom they will speak dialects, and they most of them only speak Mandarin. Yeah, that's the Chinese community.
Do any
Yes,
of
I'm
you know
I'm I'm the one know how to speak Mandarin only. Yes.
y'all know to speak Hokkien or something like that?
Maybe I can understand a bit lah, but I can't speak.
Yeah.
Okay, so in Indian community, unlike Chinese community, there's no like standardized language. Because for Mandarin, it's kind of made up of all different dialects and then they combine into one and then they kind of made it so that everyone can understand, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes.
That's the purpose.
That's purpose, right? So, but for Indians, that is okay. Tamil is widely spoken, but in Malaysia, but I won't say that it's a standard language because if you go to India, if you go to India,
Yeah.
we can survive with Tamil southern side, but when you go to the northern side, you will suffer. The language is so different.
Oh, so it depends on the majority.
I
It's
won't say
more like
majority.
one state, one language.
True.
Like
Oh,
the state Tamil Nadu is the southmost state, so they speak Tamil, and then the neighbor is Kerala, they speak Malayalam.
Mm. So
So
it
more like
changes. Go on first.
I thought you want to say something.
No, you say what you first. You say it.
I mean, each state, each language. Some share same language, like three states share Telugu language. But I think
so
it's most
uh,
most most southern Indians are the one that actually migrated to Malaysia. That's why a lot of people here are Tamil.
so you mean like the southern part of India's most of the Indians in Malaysia they come from there, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually, one of my grandfather is Malayalam. His ancestors are from Kerala, but I don't know. He didn't follow the tradition here. Just followed the Tamil one. So actually, my mom is half Malayalam, but she doesn't know to speak. Sadly.
whoa.
Yeah, he speaks. His brother speaks. My grandfather speaks. His whole family speak, but my family doesn't.
Well, that's unique.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard because I go to that family right, and then they all speak in Malayalam, and I don't understand actually.
May I
Yeah.
know, Malayalas come from where?
Uh, Another state called Kerala.
Oh,
Actually, Malayalam is the most similar language to Tamil. I can get the idea of what they're talking because a lot of words are similar, but still I cannot understand.
Yeah, you can guess lah a bit
Yeah.
some of the words. Yeah, yeah, I see, I see. Because me also sometimes I can't understand other dialects, but I just guess maybe the pronunciation is a bit similar and this meaning. Wow, yeah. But I personally can speak Hokkien, but I'm a Cantonese. There's the weird part.
What?
So you don't speak
Different
Cantonese?
dialects.
Like my father is Cantonese and my mother is Hokkien, but I didn't expose too much to Cantonese. Instead, I watched the drama from Taiwan because Taiwan they speak their language is a bit similar to Hokkien, so I learned Hokkien there. So that's special.
Actually, Malayalam language is classical Tamil to to say that because
Classical.
if you listen to Malayalam very clearly, you can catch a few words in Tamil which are very very pure. You know, right? How may I say this? Okay, for example, if you speak a dialect, if you're born in speaking a dialect and then you start speaking Mandarin, you can see that some words are very pure, right? Like they're
Mm.
very base, like old words,
Yeah, pure word.
like old, like traditional Chinese, something like that. So when Malayalis speak, some people even if we can't understand the whole thing, the things that we understand will be like the olden words. So yeah, Malayalam has a lot of similarities with Tamil.
Yeah, I see. Well, now I understand better about your language system.
Yes,
It's a
yes.
bit complicated compared to Chinese community. Okay, so we end the second question here. The third question we would like to ask is, as we know, the Indian community celebrates two main festivals, and this is the most important part of today's episode. So, the two main festivals here account for major Malaysian festivals, which are Deepavali, the festival of lights, and Thaipusam. Although I know these two festivals, actually I'm not very familiar with those celebrations. Like, could Dashni and Rishi share the celebration you do during these festivals?
On Deepavali, all I know is I go to temple.
Or go to temple?
Yeah, I mean, of course, we
Okay.
go to temple more often, but it's actually celebrated because one demon was destroyed. It's like mythology. Some
Yeah.
belief is true. So that was like this demon, right? And then how should I say it? Like a god, a Hindu god, killed the demon, so everyone celebrated the day, and that became Deepavali.
So
But
so what is the history it lasts for the Deepavali celebration?
Ginger, let me guess. When you visit Deepavali, the first thing comes to your mind is a lamp, right?
Lights and lemon.
Yeah, right? Thought
Yeah.
so. That's the first thing anyone thinks about Deepavali. It's more than that. Okay, Deepavali, it's if you break down the words and you break down the words and see them one by one, you can understand that it means row of lights.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does she say? It's something to do with the goddess killing a demon, right? So people, okay, the demon was actually torturing humankind for a long time. As per story, it was torturing a long time, and then when the goddess killed the demon,
Not
people
goddess.
what?
Goddess is female god.
There are two mythologies. One is there are two
But
variations, right?
there are two. I only know one.
There are two. Okay, never mind. The god, we standardize. The god killed the demon. Then people started to rejoice about their freedom. So that's why we started to celebrate Diwali. See, Diwali, the main thing we do is we get together with our relatives.
Yeah.
Like long time we didn't see, just go there and just see them. Lah. It's more like the eve of Chinese New Year. Yes, right? You have met your relatives, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Similar. We need to meet our relative and celebrate, because like 1 year you can meet once or twice. Yeah.
Yes, and receive ang pao.
Receiving ang pao, I think I cannot sure about it, but I think Indians got the idea from Chinese, but I'm not sure about that. Is it so, Dashni?
I think so because even we, right, we say, oh, like where's the ang pao? We use the same word, so I think
That's
it
about ang
should
pao. We
be.
just say the same thing.
Yeah. Maybe this culture is influenced by Chinese community.
Because we are Malaysian. We are
Yeah,
Ah,
Malaysian, yeah.
maybe people in India don't receive ang pao.
they don't. They don't. They don't receive anything. I don't think
Don't.
so.
Oh,
It's special to Malaysians, Malaysian Indians.
so Deepavali, it symbolizes like freedom. You gain the freedom, right?
Yeah,
It's,
freedom from the demon.
but it's okay, but we can say freedom, but more to happiness, lah. Like being with others, enjoying life. Then two important things in this Deepavali. One is our food, muruku,
Or you eat muruku as one of the delicacies during
the
Deepavali.
main, the main one. It has to be there. It has
I
to
don't
be
know
there.
why, but people only make muruku on Deepavali. Other day I've never eat it. One makes it.
It's
Yeah.
once a year.
Yeah, but it's really delicious.
Yeah. I find out one thing. I also need muruku during Chinese New Year.
Wait, really,
Like,
DJ?
yeah. People
Who
made
make it?
like my relative, Chinese relative, they made muruku to sell during the Chinese New Year.
That's the first time I'm hearing a Chinese making muruku.
Yeah, actually I'm hearing it for the first time.
Yeah lah. And I don't know why she know how to make it. Maybe she learned from her Indian friends. I'm not sure. But at least like we have a cultural exchange lah in terms of the food delicacies during the festivals. Yeah, that's good.
The last important thing in Deepavali is the firecrackers. Whatever you do, there will be firecrackers. You see, it's same for Chinese as well.
Yeah.
Firecrackers is kind of like a norm for every festival we have.
Oh.
Actually had the worst Deepavali last year because I couldn't go anywhere, right? Because of MCU.
Do you go temple last year?
No, because we couldn't go to temple either.
Oh yeah, correct.
If I
It
remember
was like
correctly,
it was very terrible. Like usually 12 o'clock I'm outside seeing firecrackers. Last year nothing happened. We were all like minding our own business.
only one good thing lah. We can watch a lot of movies on that day.
Actually I didn't. Actually that last year my aunt was in delivery. So one good thing happened. So since she was in delivery, we were all like busy.
Yeah, but before the pandemic, how you celebrate the Deepavali in the temple?
We don't like celebrate specifically in temple. We go there and then do prayers in temple, and then come back home. After come back home, then we celebrate with the family. So technically, one day I see all of my family together.
Oh, yeah. Now I understand better. Because like some of the Chinese, they when they go to the temple to pray, like I want to gain the prosperity, I want to get richer. When during the Chinese New Year lah, and they do the celebration, we do the celebration at home. But how about the Thai Buddhism?
Thai Pusam is also more specifically a Hindu festival.
Yeah.
And it's celebrated on a god called Lord Muruga. She knows more about it, I think.
I
Because
think
I've
I
seen
think
him in
similar
temple
with
every time.
I think similar with our Chinese lah, because I went to temple before ma, and we pray, and I think some similar lah. We are Buddha ma, yeah.
No, but Buddha is different. Buddha is a reincarnation of Lord Vishnu, and that's what we Hindus think. Hindus pray for the same thing. So
Oh.
the story of Lord Muruga is about, okay, a brief story time. Okay, brief story time.
Yeah.
Lord Muruga was created by the third eye of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is like the king of God for Indians.
Got a lot of god lah, don't get confused.
Like he's like a main god, right?
Lord Shiva?
Shiva.
Yeah.
He's the main god. Okay, so and then from his third eye, he created the sun. Then the sun was destined to kill the demon. Same thing. Every story there's a god and there's a demon. And then they kill, and that day was celebrated as Taipusam. So for Taipusam, they mainly celebrate Muruga, Lord Muruga, and then the things people do to show their what do you call that?
Sometimes we call it a sacrifice. Some people this is a thing called kavadi, and they hook a lot of hooks on their body. Actually, it looks very painful. I don't know how they do it.
It's
Yeah.
And
painful.
then
It's
they
painful.
some they carry some statue maybe or picture
Mm.
of Lord Muruga.
Right.
You all should Google it, see kavadi, and then see the picture.
That's really painful.
It's for long distances. Long distance. They at least walk 1 or 2 kilometers.
Some actually there's like a sharp thing called veil, and then they put it through their mouth, like poke it through their mouth from this end to the other. Can you get the
Wow.
point?
Like cheek to
Yeah.
cheek. Cheek to
I'm,
cheek.
I'm viewing the picture now.
Actually, I've had an uncle that did every year, and actually they did was the uncle's father was sick, so they did it every year for him to get cured.
Oh. But did they feel painful? Or
Of course lah,
because
because it goes
yeah.
through the skin.
Wow. Cannot imagine. It's too
It,
painful.
it's the name of the Lord, so they have to withstand the pain lah. And then sometimes the sacrifices can be like it looks painful and it feels painful, but they're doing in the name of Lord, right? So they won't. It's like they're in the trends.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, in some of the temples in Malaysia or Chinese, I mean Chinese, they also do this. Like each person, they will represent different gods. Yeah, and then they do this uh something similar to Indians and they go to have a parade around the cities, around the place. Also, they want to symbolize that, or they want to get get cured, or they want to stay healthy because of this. They want to do this to show the god lah. I think it
Another
is.
one is
Yeah.
okay. Another one is a very common one. It's like you fill a pot full of milk and then you carry it on your head and then you walk it from one temple to another temple. You have to carry it and walk. It's pretty a few kilometers. I don't know how long. Actually, I'm pretty sure Rishi has done that before.
Yes, my family, my mother, I think since for 5 to 6 years, we have been doing it traditionally every year. Have to carry the milk pot at least I think 1 2 kilometer distance left.
Actually, I did that last year for the first time for PT3 and then PT3 got cancer.
Oh, Dashini, you did a good job.
Eh,
Sister,
actually I did like I get straight A's in PT3 now. PT3 get cancer.
actually, I think you pray for the wrong thing already.
Same with me. I also pray for it like the PT3 lah. Like our Chinese, like we go temple and pray, and we pray for our desire, what we want, what we need, our health, like that.
But actually, right, the that sacrifice is called Palkuram, and I've had my cousins do it before. It really seemed easy, right? But actually, it was very hard. The thing was very heavy, and then you have to walk from one taman to another, from one temple to another. And then I walk, and actually, not too good, but I waited when it will finish because I got tired so easily.
Wow.
And I was very unlucky until I think I didn't walk straightly. The milk, right? It leaked from the
Oh,
pot and then fell on my face.
that's a
And it was
bad feeling.
Wow.
no, it's so hot, and then you won't wear slipper, walk on your bare feet on the road.
You can't wash your face, right? You have to wait until it becomes all sticky, and then you have to wait in line to pour the milk.
Yeah,
It's a long process.
Wow. But that's a good experience.
Like
yeah.
Chinji, imagine walking barefoot on a hot day on tar road
Only once, okay? Only once.
once a year.
Actually, since I did last year, my mom told me to continue it for 3 years. But this year I couldn't go to temple, so
This year,
I think
Kona cancelled the plan.
I think I quite got escaped because I wasn't planning for this year. But my mom's like, do 3 years straight.
But maybe this year is a bit hard to do this.
Yeah, because of NCU, the temples were closed.
Yeah. Well,
So, if, so if there's one place you want to see Thaipusam in full action, see Batu Cave.
yeah, I'm searching the photos.
That's the hotspot for Thaipusam. People from all over Malaysia, they just go to Batu Cave just to do Thaipusam sacrifices and all. It's so nice.
I've never been there though, and I think I will never go because the amount of people scares me really.
Oh,
Like
but
in that crowd, oh my god, such a big crowd. Even
Yeah.
seeing it is so tiring. And just imagine doing sacrifices there, the line would be way too long. I would faint, I tell you.
you stand for ages.
Have you been
Oh,
though? Actually,
Yes?
have you been to Batu Cave on Thaipusam before?
Never, and I would never go.
it's
Just the
too
line
crowded.
makes me dizzy, man.
I went to Batu Cave before. I know the stair, a lot of stair,
Have you
Did
seen
you
Yeah,
this
like
sacrifice?
person?
and a lot
but
of and a lot of monkey there. Yeah,
Oh, monkey's another problem there.
yeah.
Actually, when I
agree.
was young, I was
But
scared of monkeys.
They
what?
they steal the fruit, the things that people buy and want to pray to the, yeah,
Okay,
and
mostly
they steal
banana
it.
lah.
Not only banana lah.
Mainly banana. Their favorite food.
Ah,
Yeah, but they use sacrifice during Patapuzan, Adam.
Actually, when I
Oh yeah
was
lah.
younger, when I was young, I went to I went to Batu Cave, right? Then my aunt told me that the monkeys will take the banana, so I hide it. Like I kind of like had it in my hand, and then I walked in the other side.
Yeah, and did the monkeys notice?
But actually, that monkey didn't do anything. The monkey there, I was quite lucky. But I saw the monkey taking things from other people.
It got too scared to approach you.
But I also found out the other festival that Indians celebrates is called Ponga, right?
Pongal.
Pongal. Okay. But how is it, and what's the difference between Pongal and Deepavali?
So Pongal, they don't include a demon and a god.
Or that is a completely another story lah.
Ah yes, okay. So India is known for its agriculture, right? Like the
Mm,
agriculturing land and everything.
yeah, and their
So,
brand very smart.
so Pongal started as a thanksgiving to the sun, the god of sun lah, the sun god. If you may, yes, the sun god. So there are actually 4 days of Pongal. Is it 4 or 5? I think four.
Four.
It's 4 days.
Oh,
So actually, it's the same day as it's nearly the same as Thaipusam. The same month, I think. The same month, right? Actually,
Yeah, same. Sometimes one is January, the other is February. Sometimes same.
it's same month for Indian calendars. It's Indian calendar, so it falls in the same month. So this Thaipusam, not Thaipusam, sorry. The Pongal,
yeah.
it's the first day of Thai. So before one day, like the eve of Pongal, we will have something called Bogi Pandigai. So what we do is we take all the old stuff in our house and burn it.
Burn
I've
it?
never celebrated it actually.
Me neither. So we
I've
just
never
take
burnt anything.
actually it's supposed to
Does
be
it?
symbolic. It's supposed to be symbolic, not literally.
did you
Oh,
experience before?
No, no, no.
More like burn all the bad stuff on the
Oh,
new day.
it symbolizes a new start ah.
Ah
Yeah.
yes.
This
Get
is
rid
a
of
if
I think some of the food is famous in Pongal, right?
the food Pongal is famous on Pongal.
Pongal is a food. Pongal is literally you pour milk and then some rice into a
Yeah.
pot. You wait for it to boil. That's called Pongal.
Oh, so it has stem name with the festival.
Yeah, the festival got its name from the food. Yes.
Oh,
So the Bogi
that's
Pandigai, it's like kind of a soul cleansing. We get rid of old and bad stuff in us, and then to make way for new and good stuff.
only
yeah.
Tamil people celebrate this Pongal or other smaller
I
group.
think only Tamil, right?
Yes, this is only Tamil.
Oh, I see.
But I think they can also be celebrated by farmers actually. But I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
actually
But
we call it
Tamils
Farmers
still
Festival.
celebrate it.
Yeah, so now we are knowing better about the three festivals that are celebrated by our Indian community, which are Deepavali and Taibuzan. Also, one more, Pongal. Yeah. So maybe next time we can celebrate like, with our Indian friends together and to feel the ambience, to feel the atmosphere of the festivals. Yeah.
Yes,
Rishi,
I hope that.
next time,
Yes.
Rashini, invite
Okay,
invite us.
I'll be at Greece and Milan.
And because I did not try the Pongal food before, I want to
Very
try.
sweet. It's very sweet. It's very sweet. It's so nice. That's one of my favorite dish on earth.
It was my favorite when I was a child. Now I find it too sweet.
But it's still nice. It's still nice.
Well, so thank you for the sharing about the festivals from Dashni and Rishi.
Guys, it's not the end of our episode 12. We have a part 2 going to be released next week, talking about spatial cultures and superstitions of Indians, as well as skin color discrimination soon. Do you know what will happen if a lizard falls on your shoulder? Be sure to stay tuned.